All right. Hi. Hope you all doing well. We are which day? Wednesday, right? Wednesday, 25th of June, 2025. Welcome to the Backlog benchmark. I was just about to call it just the benchmark period. The Backlog benchmark, where we try to play 5 games per stream and we try to figure out what they are, if they are worth playing, and what type of game are they. And that's pretty much it. That's the concept. The idea is that we all have a backlog, and through me, you could like kind of like get to know those games, so you don't have to play them yourself. But you can also like just follow my example and do the same thing. Install 5 games, sit down, play them, talk about your experience. You can also follow along the document, by the way, at the bottom of the screen, at the bottom of the channel, the description, where I talk about the benchmark. There's a picture. Every day, that picture, pretty much every day after the stream, I upload a new one, and it tells you what's the next one. But you also can click on it and have a link that leads you to this document, and you can make a copy of that document and then navigate it and modify it for yourself, for your own needs. This document will improve over time. This is just the beginning. We have 40 games benchmarked so far. We're about to start episode 9. We're gonna try to benchmark tonight. I'm sorry. Dr. Trolley's Problem, 8-Bit Space, Babysitter Bloodbath, PapierJulien. I'm not sure how to say that in English. Papier maybe? Julien? I don't know. C'est PapierJulien. Trust me. It's French. And Tunic. Really looking forward to Tunic. Hopefully, I'm not disappointed, but I have high hope, high expectation, because a lot of people praise Tunic as being like quite good. So, but I'm not sure if it's more puzzle or if it's more adventure, action, and stuff. Like, I feel like it's going to be more puzzle, and I'm not sure how much I am into that. At least like right now. Like, I'm not saying like I'm not gonna like the game. I'm just saying like if I'm gonna play the game tomorrow. Like, that's the thing. Like, for example, in all the games that I've been playing lately, some of them I actually went back and completed. Some of them right now I'm completely in love with, like this one here, Brigador. I've been playing that earlier today, just before the stream. I had like an hour where I was like, all right, I have an hour. I have an hour. Am I gonna work for the next hour like I did the rest of the day, or like now that I've like went and done all my errands and stuff, and I'm kind of done with like working on the sheet and stuff. Can I have like some gameplay of something? Like, well, I'm gonna do like the show and play 5 games, so maybe I should just wait. And I was like, man, I have some times here. I'm craving to play something. So what do I play? I play Brigador. But what I was about to say is like there's a bunch of game that I'm trying, and some of them I would like to continue. I just don't have the time. Life is short. I say that at the end of my stream all the time, right? Life is short. Make the most out of it, and there's a reason for it. Life is truly short. Time just fly by, and at some point you have no time. You're like, whoa, and it's not so much that you don't have time. It's that you don't make much out of it. Like, you don't use it well. We're all wasting a lot of our time. I don't know how much time I wasted on Twitter today, but I would say a good hour easy. I'll, can I have my hour back? You want your hour back too. If you Facebook, what are you guilty of? You know what I mean. You know what I mean. We waste our time, but we could use that time well. So here, that's what we do. Every night we try to sit down, play 5 games, and try to figure out, are they good? And some of them, like I've been saying, I've been going back and playing, and some of them I finished. We have like 7 of them finished, and I'm really in love with Brigador. This one's gonna take a while. This is like a long game. There's a lot of mission. It's like, I don't know, 50 mission. I'm like maybe at midway through, not even. And I'm having a blast, but it's like, it's a bunch of tanks, of mechs. It's basically mechs made out of like junk from a junkyard. It's like Mad Max meets some kind of like old school game like Battle City, or like, I don't know. Think about something like a twin stick shooter, but isometric. Everything explodes, and you have like objective based mission, so you don't have to kill everything and destroy everything. But the joy is that it's like a sandbox, so to speak. You have a level, you have 5 place, you just go shoot those 5 place, and after that you're done. But there's extra objective, and everything is destructible, and the action is great. Anyway, I could talk about this game for hour. Point is, I don't have time to play them all, but 15 minutes, 20 minutes, not too much, right? And after that, you can say, I played a game. That's your experience. You played a game, it was 15 minutes. You can say you played those 5 games here, whatever games you have on your backlog, right? And you're like, all right, I played them. I'm done. Were they good enough that I want to go back? And that's the whole point, right? Some of them are, some of them aren't. Now you know. You didn't know before because they were just sitting in your backlog, never been played. New Steam sale start tomorrow or something, the summer. Let me check just for fun. And don't judge me, I already have stuff in my cart, but anyway. Summer, where is it? I'm gonna go on Twitter. Not Twitter, now you have to say X. But SteamDB. Is it SteamDB? Summer sale begins tomorrow. So you gotta go tomorrow. I'll probably go tomorrow and buy like 20 games that's just gonna sit on my. Well, I'm gonna try to, at least if I buy 20 games tomorrow, I'm gonna try to play 5 of them on stream as soon as possible. My reaction to this, by the way, was no. Okay, enough. That's like more than an introduction. We've been spending at like, I don't know, 10 minutes rambling about games and how crazy this idea of the backlog, the benchmark is. But at the same time, I think that's the solution. That's why I'm proposing it as a method, as a solution. Here's how you cure yourself of the backlog madness. Just play the game, man. Just install them. My method is like 5 at a time. I think it's reasonable. Maybe 1, 2, 3, 5. I would say more than 1, right? Give yourself a range. I think 5 is perfect. Sit down. You play 5 games. Sometimes one of them will really resonate with you. And you're gonna be like completely hooked. Gonna be wow. Like that Brigadier games I was talking about. I want to go and play Brigadier. Can I've done? This is my work right now. This is my shift. 2 hours, 3 hours of playing demos. But I'm like, can I finish my shift and just go back playing that game because it was so good. And like, it's challenging. The level where I was, I tried many times the other day, so much so that I went back playing like prior levels because I loved the game, but I was stuck. I was like, I need practice, I guess. So I went back and played a prior level a little bit more. And now I was like, all right, I'm ready. I went back and a few attempts I managed to get out. It felt so good. Anyways, let's focus on those here. We have PapierJulien, Doctor's Trolley Problem, 8-Bit Space, Babysitter Bloodbath, Tunic. I kind of want to do Tunic last, but at the same time, I don't want to do it last. So what do I do? Also, I'm not sure about itch. If it works well with my controller, like, is it gonna work with my controller? Yeah. All right. I'm gonna try with this one just randomly. I'm feeling it. What is 8-bit space? Downloadable game. Okay. It says buy now. I thought I could play it. It's not installed. I have to play. I have to buy it. Wait. I thought. Oh no, it says launch here. Wait. Okay. So let's just start it. I don't know why I'm reading this. I played games with itch.io like once or twice, maybe. So it's weird streaming with this headset here specifically because it's really really efficient at cutting sounds. So usually when I stream and I talk, I hear myself. Right now I barely hear myself. Like I'm like in like some sort of bubble, and I don't know. It's weird. It's weird to explain. Anyway, you guys see the game. It's great. Let's see if I can go full screen. It says space bar. I don't think we're going to be able to play with... jump, back, and that's it. There's with the controller, but I'm not sure if we... Developer Simon Turner. Okay, so already I thought like a friend of mine who's also streaming on Twitch sometimes. I mean, pretty often actually, regularly streaming on Twitch. He made a bunch of games before releasing a game on Steam, and the games that he made back then, I don't know how many he made and if he published them all, but a bunch of them he published on itch.io. A bunch of people do that when they start making games because it's a great platform to make yourself known as an indie dev. I'm not sure how it works. Maybe it's free compared to Steam or stuff like that. I'm not sure why people use that platform specifically, but I heard good thing about itch.io specifically in that sense. Like it was the use for itch.io. Anyhow, I looked at the name and I thought like maybe it was the person I knew, but no. All right, so we got only option here is that. Can I do that? Okay, at least it's better, right? We still have the line, the bar up there, but what can we do? Well, I really wish I could play with my controller, but I don't think it's gonna work. Yeah, it's not working with my controller. Let's see if I can... Maybe sometimes it's the Bluetooth, you know? Try to plug it. I heard like a sound. See what I mean? See what I mean? Sometimes it's the Bluetooth. They don't understand or respond well to the Bluetooth. Okay, and it works only with the D-pad. Okay, new game. 3 lives, unlimited continues. This one, unlimited live, unlimited continues. 3 lives, no continues. Old school. Okay, I'll go with 3 lives, unlimited continues. Primary mission. I am the ship's computer. ZX. I am here to assist you on your mission. Is it like a shmup? Primary mission. You have located an ancient portal. Where it leads, we do not know. Your mission is to activate it and find where the portal leads to. There are 5 solar systems, each with 5 planets to explore. Okay, 5 solar systems with 5 planets. Okay. In each system there is a temple, and each is a relic. These relics are keys to the portal. You need all 5 to unlock it. So basically, there's 5, 5, 5, 5. Anyway, There's 5 solar system with 5 planets. On one of those planets, there's a temple, and in the temple, there's the key. And when you have all the keys, you can access the portal. Each system has 3 crystals. You will need these to gain access to the temples. Oh boy. Oh, okay, so like it's not just like find a temple, you need to find the 3 key to access the temple. Planet, you have to collect 100% of the gems. Once you leave a planet, the gems return. Make your way to the purple transporter once you have finished exploring. These planets are inhabited by deadly life form. You will die, that is inevitable. But fear not, you can easily be replicated by our transporters. Good luck. I was about to say, this is like how long is it gonna be, that introduction? System A, sure. Okay, so there's 5 planets. We can choose one of the 5 planets. Let's play this one. Oh, you know what? That's kind of cool. Okay. Can I shoot? Doesn't look like I'm shooting anything. Alright, we're not shooting anything. I feel like it would be fun if we could shoot. I don't know why. Where is my gun? Nope. No gun. Oh, wow. There's like some sort of like auto jumping. If I hold A, it just jump up all the way up. It's kind of charming. I like it. Okay. Let's try that planet. All the planets are gonna have like the same color scheme or something. And you know what's great about this whole project is that there's a bunch of games I would have never played. Like, think about it, like the 2 or 3 streams ago, I played a game that I had since 2017, Abzu. I had that game since 2017. Like, what's wrong? What's wrong with me? That's crazy. The auto jump, it's the auto jump that killed me. I didn't want to jump twice. That auto jump is not a good feature, if you ask me. Maybe it will be eventually in the future. Like being able to just jump. But right now, like here. Okay. See, right there, that was useful. It was super fast. But I feel like this is kind of dangerous, honestly. But I like it. I like the level design so far. It's kind of neat. It's not bad. Graphics are very simple, yet kind of charming. You know, when you do your first game, you want to do something simple, right? And you have to pick like a style, something that's going to be like distinct and recognizable and stuff like that. This is like really cool. I like it. I think those are Victor graphics. I'm not 100% sure, but I think. Because I remember that was a technology specifically I was looking into. I was really interested in learning. Which remind me, is the new graphic editor that I got actually, I think it was sold, like kind of like advertised to me like as being good for that. Yeah, I should look it up if it's true. because that new engine, GIMP, is really, really good. I say engine, but you know, that new software. Really, really good. I had it like a long time ago on my old PC, but for some reason I never really used it. Alright, we have 100%. We've lost 1 heart. Some point. Oh yeah, that guy here. So hearts are like basically lives. You have found a crystal. There are 2 more somewhere in the system that need to be found so you can unlock the temple. I get it. You don't need to repeat. I'm not stupid. So this is the first planet. All right. We'll try to do like at least like the first solar system here. And it's so charming that I might come back on my free time and, you know, finish that little game because it looks really simple. I don't know how difficult it gets, but if it's that cool and charming the whole way through, I might just play it just because I like those kind of games. It's actually kind of relaxing in a way. It's like the game I was playing the other day, Elena Temple, something like the Adventure of Elena Temple. Man, that game felt great. It was so fun. Okay, the door is there. We got pretty much everything here. Oh. Are those like cats or scorpion? Like, I see a cat, but I feel like it might be a scorpion. Is it supposed to be a scorpion or a cat? Question. Okay, we'll do planet number 4. I was not paying attention, I guess. Oh, I hate that stupid double jump thing. That double jumping. It's what's killing me the most. Oh. Here come the bots. We are popular tonight. Hey, thank you, Billy. What's up, man? Thank you. Also, that reminds me, I don't see the chat here. Bonsoir. J'espère qu'il va bien. On est sur itch.io à soir. The indie platform type of... Whoa. Don't double jump. Stop double jumping all the time. Go. Dude. It's not double jump. It's like auto jump. Like, if you hold jump, it keeps on jumping. And if you hit a platform, it automatically jumps. And I've got hit like quite a few times already. That way. It's a bit annoying. Alright, let's go. There's a few more. Well, a few more. There's like 40%. There's a lot more. Okay. Well, thank you for the alert, man. Always appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed the show. Oh, here's the crab. But the other one, I'm not sure if it's a scorpion or a cat. Retry. Yeah, retry. I'm gonna try to beat that first world here. It's a very charming game, and this is kind of like the game I played the other day, right? Elena Adventure of Elena's Temple. It's a bunch of like platforming to collect a bunch of stuff, but it's kind of close to be a puzzle thing. But it's not exactly puzzle, but it's kind of close. Like it kind of like force you to think before doing the platforming, so it's kind of like, you know. All right, the way up we already did last time, and we died before we completed this here. Tomorrow I'm gonna try to take the day off. Maybe I'll change my mind, but I would really like to try to force myself to get some time for myself, you know, take a day off. But man, I'm so excited to do more of those episodes. Like, I just want to grind doing a billion benchmark. I have like a bunch of them planned ahead. Like, I know exactly what I'm going to play on, like, a bunch of platform, and I'm just, like, excited to try them. And also, it just feels good. It feels like I'm working, right? It feels like I wanted to do a project like that for a long time. I thought about, like, starting a new channel. And technically, on Rumble, I might change the name of my channel, or I'm not sure if I'm going to start a second channel on Rumble, but on YouTube, my channel was not doing much of anything. And if it like convert and turn into a channel about the benchmark, and it's like my personal channel on YouTube is known for that instead of speedrun, I think that's probably a good thing because it's not doing much right now. But on both sides, I'm getting actual views somehow. And I'm getting like a few subs and likes, and I'm like, okay, so there's an actual interest. I was kind of surprised. Like, I was like thinking like maybe it's gonna happen, but it's gonna take time, right? But yeah, like uploading all of that, doing my thumbnails and everything, it feels good. Oh boy. Right, we're 72%. We probably got everything else, right? Let's go. There we go. Get this. 91. Is that the last one? Are you serious? I missed one somewhere. Oh, that's bullshit. And it's not that one. What do you mean? Where is it? Oh shit. There's two of them. Okay. Alright. Is there a way to go down here? There is. There we go. Solve. So yeah, another one, little puzzle platformer where it's all about collecting a bunch of little things, so you can like exit. And in this one you have like 5 solar system, with 5 planets each. In each solar system, there is 3 little gems that act as like a key to open the door to the temple. And once you get all 3 keys, you can access the door and get whatever is inside. And once you get the artifact that's inside the temple in each 5 solar system, you're gonna finish the game because you access the portal with the 5 keys or whatever you got from the temples. Very, very simple game. Very simple game. Nice graphics. I personally really, really like the graphics. And like I was saying earlier, I think it's like vector graphics. Pretty sure. Vector graphics being mathematical graphics, right? It's graphics made out of mathematical equations. So you're like, you know, you write an equation that like basically equal a square, and that's like you have a square. And you can make like parables and stuff, and like you will notice that whenever you see a game that uses vector graphics, like everything is like perfect and symmetrical and stuff like that. And it's the kind of thing kind of feature you'll notice. Okay, I think we can climb up here though. Okay, yeah, we can definitely climb. I just noticed that this one also like have a different color than the other planets. With a different creature too. Based on what I see, I don't think that the creature I was wondering earlier if it was a scorpion or a cat. I don't think it was a cat. Pretty sure it was just a big giant scorpion. Everything else is like on theme to be like, you know, stuff like that. You have like crabs or, you know, it's creature like with mandible on top up there. Sort of worm, whatever. Everything is like a bit like insect-like or whatever. Like, I'm not sure what's happening here. I need a key, maybe? I need something that I don't have. But I know that we need that. Oh, I need what's down there. So, once again, there's a door there. There's gonna be some sort of key or some sort of like button that you push that open those. Oh, there's literally an actual key. There you go. Doodle-doo. Dun dun! And a little music. Oh, sorry. I ate just before the stream. Alright, there was a gem, right? I need to go back up to get the gem. Because I needed the key first, and I didn't have the key when I came here last time. So let's go get the gem, because we need the gem. Otherwise, there's no, otherwise there's no temple. Need that to open the temple. There you go. The key opens the door when you get in proximity. Interesting. I really like the graphics. Look at like the legs of my character when I run. It's so funny. Yeah, this game is really charming. I love it. You know, that's the thing with games. Like, people try to make the super complex, crazy. Like, look at the graphics. Look how crazy. Like, you don't need to make anything complicated. Just need to make something fun. You now have all 3 crystals. You can enter the system. Bro, I'm following. Like, you told me the instruction 5 times. Shut the fuck up. That must be like your onboard computer in our spaceship. It's like, shut the fuck up. I know. Alright, and it's like, we're not here to shoot anything. We're just jumping. 2. Are we just collecting the thing? That's it? Hello. I guess that's it. A bit disappointing. I thought it was like gonna be something like, you know, a temple, like some sort of like dungeon or something, but nope. Your first relic, you now explore the other 4 systems for the remaining relic. Alright, but not tonight, or at least if it's tonight, it's not gonna be on this show. That was 8-bit space. That was actually quite good. I'm not gonna lie, I was not expecting much. This was quite good. Let's see here. Is this... Oh yeah, because we talked about the... I talked about the Steam sale. Tomorrow is the summer Steam sale. Oh boy. Also, Billy, I don't know if you're still here around somewhere and you can like see the screen or just hear my voice, or not even, but I've got this here. That looks good. I have this in my cart. I'm really thinking about buying this right now. Look at this. Shut up, music. I haven't actually listened to the trailer yet. It looks cool because it's different than like a modern thing in, you know, in a city and in 2025. I'm really curious if it's good or if it's complete garbage. But it's still a dating sim somehow. But yeah, that reminds me, the next show might have a demo of one of those. Might. I'm pretty sure. Not 100% sure, but pretty sure I have a demo of a similar game in the next benchmark. Anyway, I'm digressing here. I'm digressing. I waited all day to like play games, and I'm finally playing games, and this one I just played was great. All right, so in order, the one we just played was okay. That's a problem. Let's get rid of that line. I guess I'll remove it, but we need the line here. There you go. So 8-bit space. Legit, I would say. You know what? I haven't played the whole game to verify and vouch for it, but I would bet that it's the same quality and the same type of game all the way through. So I would say It's a very charming little puzzle platformer that is just beautiful. It's just fun. It's just like if you like that time of old school, platformer, it's just perfect. Honestly, I would have played that for the rest of the night, like for real, beat the whole thing in one sitting. I might actually after the stream. So to me personally, I would say even go just like yeah, completely, completely astounded. I guess it's a word. Not sure if it's the correct word, but yeah, I'm stunned. I'm wow. That game was good. What is it? Puzzle. Oops. Hey, puzzle platformer. Limbo. Come on, Limbo. And I say Limbo because that's the way I categorize it in my Steam library, right? And Limbo basically is just like a game where there's usually not even like any like text or anything. It's just pure platformer puzzle. You're basically left on your own. Except in this game, there was a bit of text, kind of like a tutorial, and it was like I don't know, like your onboard computer and your ship telling you like, hey, you need to do this. That's the goal of the game. And once you've done this, and for the first solar system, it was kind of really like guiding you and holding your hand. It was kind of a bit annoying, but overall, it's just like it's a game that it's just a puzzle game where it's very simple. It's just like you go and also like usually like the atmosphere, like the storytelling, so to speak, is kind of told through the gameplay and the puzzle and the sort of like I don't know. It's very specific in my head, so that's why I call it Limbo. Anyway, now it's now briefly played. What is it? How do you solve this? Right? Um, in this case specifically, even though you could say it's about puzzle, I want to say looting. And like I keep saying, this is a system that I'm, building on and I'm trying to define and I'm still trying to like, put to the test. I'm not sure in this case if it's more puzzle or looting, but I would say looting in the sense that the game is really about like you need to collect everything. What did I say last time? Was it I ended up puzzle? Well, I guess in that case I should go logically and go with puzzle. La- it's emergent because you can do all the planets and whatever which order you want to do them. And once you're inside, you're once again collecting all the little coins or whatever they are and the whatever order you want. So very emergent type of gameplay. Um, you're following the character. It's a solo type of game. And in terms of, I almost want to say casual. I do not see much difficulty in that game. Like it was as easy as it could be. Like if you find that game difficult, I'm sorry to say that. Yeah, I'm not even gonna say it. But yeah, I'm sorry for you. There's no way. There's no way you find that difficult. It's casual as fuck. It's super easy. It's a great game though. I'll play the hell out of it from beginning to end. So, um, yeah, success with this first game. I was expecting not much. I'm expecting even less of those two because I have no clue what they are. They could be very bad. So I literally like put my expectation even lower than usual. I was like, yeah, like I look at the graphic real quick and I was like really not sure. And sometimes the graphic, you shouldn't judge by the graphic, right? But all right. If I want to finish this leash, I need to go back to it. Where are we? We have a PapierJulien. We have a Dr. Trolley's problem. And we have a Babysitter Bloodbath. After what we just played, I feel like going into something very different, but at the same time, maybe not too different. This is like est un jeu drôle québécois disponible exclusivement. Okay. This suppose it says like that it's like an RPG. I was not expecting that to be an RPG. Um, hmm. Actually, I'm gonna check that one out. Looks like a Zelda type of game, but maybe, yeah, I guess it's an RPG. Okay, so I can see it. It's full French as well. Look, it's looking great. Piton virtuel, oh boy. It's full French Canadian. I don't even know if there is like there's no language switch or anything. The game is in French. Studio Cornet. Ben taboire. Well, let's try it. Let's try it. I'm very curious. Like, okay. Like the quality of the menu and the HUD and everything so far is top notch. So I'm kind of like curious to see how good this could be. Julien. C'est pas tous les jours qu'on reçoit une cassette un peu louche avec son prénom décrit dessus. It's not every day you receive like a cartridge with your name. A weird, a suspicious cartridge with your first name written on it. C'est pourtant ce qui vient d'arriver à Julien, humoriste, podcasteur et cinéphile radin. Un beau cadeau dans une enveloppe brune et anonyme. But that's what just happened to Julien. Comedian, podcaster, cinematographer. Radin, not sure how to pronounce this, but Radin. Oh man, comment tu translate Radin? Greedy, I guess, would be the closest. I don't know. It's not so much greedy. It's much like you don't want to spend money, right? It's not so much that you're looking to get more money. It's that you're cheap. Okay, so I guess a cheap lover. Oh, it's not even like a cinematographer. He's like cinephile. So he's like a cheap movie watcher. He likes to watch movies, but he's cheap. So he doesn't like to spend money on it, even though that's like his hobby, I guess. But yeah, all of that to say that he received that in a brown envelope from an anonymous source. Il ne se doutait pas que, en jouant à ce jeu, son existence serait à tout jamais changée. He couldn't suspect that playing that game would change his life forever. So, all right, the game start. We receive a game suspiciously, and we play it, and it changed our life. Studio Cornet présente. A guy that's getting sucked into a game. Something. Un jeu de... Oops. I thought I had time to read, but... PapierJulien. PapierJulien? It's a French-Canadian game anyway. Like, unless you speak French, I don't think anybody will play this. Like, you need to speak French to play. There's no translation. I mean, unless you want to learn French, I guess it would be a way. I like the sound effects there. c'est bien dégueulasse, ça. On dirait mon appartement, mais en paix. He's like, ugh, it's so disgusting here. It's like my apartment, but in worst. And that's not just say a little. No, that's saying a lot, you know. Et c'est pas peu dire. Qu'est-ce que? Bonjour Julien, bienvenue dans le salgatoire. I would not know how to translate salgatoire, what they are actually meaning. I'm not even sure in French. But, you know, I don't think I need to translate everything in this case. Le salgatoire, oui, c'est comme un purgatoire, mais pour les gens qui se soucient un peu moins de leur hygiène. Oh. So it's like purgatory, but for people who don't care about their hygiene. Wow. Ça veut dire que je suis mort? So that means I'm dead? Non, tu es tout simplement coincé dans un jeu vidéo. Un cas classique de cassette piratée, essayé par un joueur un peu trop naïf. No, you're not dead. You're just simply stuck inside a video game. A classic case of pirated cartridge tried by a quite naive player. Man, translating in real time is kind of fucked up. I would have liked to do that as a job, being able to like translate games, but they always like ask for a diploma, which is kind of funny because I bet I would have done it like way better than a lot of people who have diploma, because those people with diploma, they don't necessarily know the meaning. Like it's on one thing to understand a language, but understanding the meaning behind the things. And I'm saying that like really genuinely, like I have concern because there is a lot of drama right now and scandal about people basically having like political agenda. They come out of the university completely brainwashed, and they start translating thing, and instead of translating thing, they're starting to change the story to fit some sort of narrative, you know, the politically correct narrative that you hear, that some people don't like the word. I lost a friend recently because I mentioned woke in this chat, and it was like, I don't know what you mean. You don't know what I mean when I say woke or wokeism or wokeness? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. Anyway, I digress. But yeah, I would have loved to translate stuff. But like a lot of stuff in life, sometimes you are prevented from doing it. And I feel like the main thing that prevents you from doing it, it's not people or rules or whatever. It's you accepting the rules, accepting what people tell you. And you're like, oh, well, they say I can do it, so I won't be able to do it. So I'm not going to try. Well, maybe if I tried to apply to a job as a translator, maybe I could have worked. Maybe I can still do that. Anyway, let's get back to the game. J'avoue qu'avec le recul, elle était un peu louche, cette cassette. It's like, well, with a step back now, I realize that that cartridge might have been a bit suspicious. Mais là, vous êtes qui dans tout ça? Also, like, it's not just in French. It's really in French Canadian, like pure French Canadian. I bet like somebody who speaks French from France would like have a hard time trying to get exactly what is said like all the time. Like they could follow, but some word or expression, you'll be like, what? It's like, but like you and all of this, like, who are you? What are you doing? Je suis un genre de guide spirituel. I'm sort of like a spiritual guide. En tout cas, j'aime votre style. C'est très rassurant, le coton ouaté noir. It's like, but anyway, I really like your style. It's really reassuring, that black hoodie. Hey! There's an insect that keeps thinking that my monitor is some sort of light, and I don't want to kill them, but they're really annoying. Écoute, si tu ne veux pas de mon aide, je vais aller perdre mon temps ailleurs. Listen, if you don't want my help, I'll go waste my time elsewhere. All right. Attendez, je m'excuse. Je l'aime, votre coton ouaté. Il a l'air doux. Je suis sûr que ça n'affecte en rien vos compétences en guidage spirituel. I gotta say, like, the dialogue is kind of cool so far. He's like, I'm sorry. I love your, you know, because like it's made out of cotton, like, you know, those hoodies. So he's like, I love it. And it looks soft, and I'm sure it doesn't affect in any way, shape, or form your competence, you know, as a spiritual guide. Dites-moi juste comment retourner à la réalité. Just tell me how I go back to reality. Ça sonnait pas sincère pour 2 scènes, mais d'accord, je vais t'aider. It didn't sound sincere for 2 cents, which is like an expression we have, I guess. But it's like, but I'll still help you. En fait, c'est assez simple. Tu n'as qu'à traverser le portail multidimension qui se trouve au château de Sussus. So all you have to do is go through that portal, multi-dimension portal that is situated in the Sausage Castle. The Sausages Castle. Et beau boy! Excellente blague, mon ami. Je ne blague jamais. La vie est beaucoup trop déprimante pour s'en moquer. Ah, ça, je suis d'accord. Alors, c'est pas où ce fameux château de saucisses? À l'autre bout de la map. I completely stopped translating everything. I'm sorry. Now I'm talking. That doesn't help me remember what I just said. But basically, it's like you need to go to the other side of the map to find that castle. You know, where the sausage are or something. Uh, it's at the other side of the map. Hein? Ok, c'est bon, merci. Alright, thank you. Pas besoin de me chuchoter d'autres niaiseries. Je vais le trouver par moi-même. You don't need to, you know, whisper to me like more stupidities. It's fine. I'll figure it out. I'll find out by myself. Good luck, Julien. Bonne chance, Julien. Poof. He's gone. All right. Movement. Interaction. Menu. 2021. L'Audi saucisse de l'espace. Consultez le journal dans le menu principal pour avoir plus d'infos sur les quêtes. C'est pas de la sauce, ça. It's not sauce. It's not soup. Do you want to sleep in the bed? No. Pas sûr que ce soit une bonne idée de dormir là-dessus. Not sure it's a good idea to sleep on this. There's Kleenex. Okay, let's get the... there's a... Julien a trouvé un DVD usagé de Kato. We find a used DVD from Kato. Je vais pouvoir revendre ça cher au pawn shop. I'll sell that to the pawn shop for a lot of money. Nouveau DVD usagé. Est-ce que c'est pire de ne pas se laver les mains ou de le faire dans un lavabo sale, pas de savon? Is it worse to not wash your hands or to wash them in like dirty sink without soap? I mean, you're not washing them if the sink is dirty and you don't have soap. Okay, okay, that's the menu. So menu is that button, apparently. And I cannot interact with anything except this. Maybe I should put myself on the other side to be able to read. Mais il faudrait peut-être que je me mette de l'autre bord pour lire de quoi. Oh, that's the instruction. Yeah, okay. Well, let's just try to move. Maybe there's going to be some combat or something happening, because right now, it's not much. Salut Julien. Mon ami Étienne dans une fleur. My friend Étienne in a flower. C'est bien moi. J'ai enfin atteint ma forme ultime et je vis à temps plein dans ces ordinary fleurs. It's really me. I'm finally attained my final form, my ultimate form, and I'll live full time in these compute flower. Wow, chanceux. Wow, lucky you. Je sais. Je suis bien content. Je peux observer le monde entier d'ici. C'est assez impressionnant. I know. I'm really happy. I can observe the whole world from here. It's pretty impressive. If you want, I could even record all the facts and moves in the Excel file and, you know, give it to you if you need or if you get lost. Si tu veux, je pourrais même enregistrer tous les faits et gestes dans un fichier Excel et te le fournir au besoin si tu te perds. Ce serait vraiment utile. J'ai déjà oublié la moitié de ce que j'ai fait depuis que je suis tombé du ciel tantôt. That would be really useful. I already forgotten half of what I've done since I fall from out of the sky not so long ago. Allez hop, j'enregistre tout. Alright, I record everything. So that's how you save. Il y a des ordinateurs un peu partout dans le salgatoire et n'hésite pas à venir me dire bonjour. So don't hesitate, there's a bunch of flowers to save all around the place. Once again, if we had a sword or something, but we don't have a weapon, I wonder if it's RPG or if it's like a Zelda, because if we had a sword, we found a rose in origami. Ça serait plus romantique si je l'avais pas trouvé dans les poubelles. It would be more romantic if I wouldn't have found it in the garbage. Matière recyclable, cycle material? Recyclable material, I should say. Yeah, recyclable material. Man, translating everything is like fucking my mind up. Faudrait peut-être que je me mette de devant pour lire le... Oh, god damn, bro. La grande 1000 grades câble de jeudi. Sans eau, le désert n'est qu'une tombe. Dommage qu'on manque de budget pour les abreuvoirs. Nicolas, maire de Salvatore. Alright, the great Milgrad Cable once said, without water, the desert is just a tomb. Too bad we lasted the budget for les abreuvoirs. It's like, you know, a place where you can drink publicly. It's like, I don't know. I don't know how to say that in English right now. Switching in English and French every like minute is literally driving my brain insane right now. I need to stop. And also, all I want is to get in combat. I want combat. I'm gonna stop reading everything. I just want to get in combat. I want to confirm, what is this? This looks kind of charming, honestly. This is an RPG, but possibly a Zelda. And I want to confirm because it's really not the same type of game. It's described as an RPG, but if you have a sword and you know, you go around chopping stuff yourself and there's no like, you know, menu when you're in combat, you're actually just swinging your sword. That's a Zelda. That's not an RPG. Right? Anyway. Et misère. Ça s'annonce pas bien. Ça s'annonce pas bien. Doesn't look good, all this. All right. Oh, fuck off. I'm not even reading. I don't care. He crossed a lot of desert in his life, but he never had that much sand in his underwear. Is this like some sort of like loop? There is no end to this? I I really hope I'm not stuck in some bug and that map was gonna finish one day. Yeah, I doubt it. Okay. Alright, that's now we're gonna know if it's an RPG, classic RPG, or a Zelda-like, or what. Oh non, pas un cactus. Oh no, not a cacti. En fait, je suis un cactueur. I'm a cat killer. Et je vais te faire passer un très mauvais quart d'heure. And I'm gonna make you have a really bad quarter of hour. It's supposed to rhyme somehow. Okay? S'il vous plaît, laissez-moi tranquille. Please, please, leave me alone. Tu es vraiment stupide. Tu devrais savoir que ce premier combat est une pratique. You're really stupid. You should know that first combat is the practice. Ah, ce n'est qu'un tutoriel. Oh, it's just a tutorial. En fait, c'est un tutoriel. Get it? It's a kill tutorial or whatever. I try to translate in a way. Anyway, un quoi? Tutoriel. Because like tu, it means kill in French. It's a tutorial. Like kill. Tuer, mais ferme ta gueule, bats-toi. Shut your mouth. Fight. Alright, it's an RPG. We finally know for sure it's an actual RPG. Alright. Lors d'un combat comme celui-ci, ce sont tes mots qui te sauveront la vie. What? So in a combat like that, it's your word that's gonna save you. Mieux tu répliqueras et plus tu auras de chance de t'en sortir. So best your replies are, the best your chances are. Dude, this could be like a game I've seen once on Steam that was basically a game where you fight with words. You're trying to up your opponent with words, with reply being like, no, you're this, you try to insult them, whatever, you try to one up them, and it's the whole game. And I was like, how is that a game? Well, maybe this is some sort of game like that. At least that's how it's being described right now. I don't know. So the best you reply, the best your chances are to get out. Voyons ce que tu as dans le ventre, minable. Let's see what you have in your gut, little shit. So I can insult, I can friendship, I can fatality, object. The only thing I have right now is insult, I think. So I said some sort of insult. Quel type d'insulte voulez-vous tenter? What type of insult? Vantardise attaque à l'intégrité. So this one is to brag, and this one is to say that they lack integrity. So am I attacking their integrity, or am I gonna brag? I'm gonna attack their integrity. Tu serais invisible sur un green screen. You would be invisible on the green screen. Tant mieux, tu ne pourras pas venir voir celle-là. Tant mieux, tu ne pourras pas venir voir. Voir venir. I'm sorry, but if you want to speak like really French, you would say tu ne verras. Wait. Yeah. If you're speaking in French, you would say voir venir, not venir voir. You would say, tant mieux, tu ne pourrais pas voir venir celle-là. There's a typo. How can you fuck this up, bro? You fucked this up. There's no translation. How can you invert those two words? I mean, I do that a lot when I write. I type stuff, but there's no, like, nobody, like, tested it and verified that that's not how you say this. Anyway, it didn't work. Pauvre débile. Like, poor dumb, stupid, whatever. I'm not sure how to translate exactly débile, but it's like retarded, basically. But not that strong of lead. It's just like dumb. Anyway. Alors, comme tu as pu le voir, si tes insultes sont de la si tes insultes sont de la merde, ça va te retourner contre toi. If your insults are shit, they're gonna turn against you. It's gonna turn against you, right? Now, let's see what you can produce lorsque... Let's see what happens if you produce a good insult. Attaque me about my father. Attaque-moi à propos de mon papa. Ça fonctionne toujours. He literally tells you his weak point. Tell me, like, you know, attack my dad. Insult. Quel type d'insulte? Père absent. Père ridicule. Je sais pas lequel qui était... S'il était absent, c'est plus triste que... If you're... So, like, if your father is, like, not present, I feel like it's not so much an insult. It's kind of more like it's sad. Although people could see that as an insult. But this one is like, your father is ridicule. So you kind of laugh about their father. I would say this one sounds more like an insult. I'll go with that. Ok, est-ce que ton père est considéré comme étant ton cac-tuteur? I'm not sure this is supposed to be funny. I probably chose the wrong option once again. But he's like, are you sure your father is your cac-tutor? Which once again doesn't sound really that much better in English. Mais c'est pas une insulte, ça. That's not an insult. J'ai jamais entendu un aussi mauvais jeu de mots. I've never heard such a bad play on words. I'm gonna get hit again. Wait. Le cactueur s'est gravement blessé en se facepalmant. My God, you make him facepalm so hard he hurt himself. So I guess it kind of worked. Bien joué, petit con. Maintenant que tu sais comment te défendre, voyons si tu sais te faire des amis. He's like, alright, so now that you know how to defend yourself, let's see if you know how to make friends. In each combat, you'll have the chance to, you know, become friendly with your enemies. Alright, let's go. Try to seduce with your nice words. So now we need to try friendship, amitié. Je pense qu'on devrait faire la paix. Je n'aime pas la confrontation. I think we should make peace. I don't like confrontation. Oh, que c'est mignon. Viens ici qu'on fasse la paix, que je te sers. Oh, that's so cute. Come here so that we can make peace and I can hug you. Can squeeze you. I'm not sure how to like best portray it, but like sire is basically, you know, you're kind of like putting a little bit of force when you hug, so to speak, you know? Anyway. So I guess squeeze is not far from it. Bon coup dans les baloches. A good hit in the balls, I guess. But I'm not sure baloche is necessarily the balls. Anyway. Petite nature, small nature, weak nature, whatever. You weakling. Comme tu vois, pauvre cloche, ça ne fonctionne pas à tous les coups et quand ça foire, c'est toi qui raque. So basically, it doesn't work all the time and when you fail, you're the one who gets hit and gets fucked. So like you need to make sure that when you insult or you try to be friend with somebody, you're doing it right. So otherwise it's gonna turn on you. Anyway, but it's worth a try. It seems I heard that it's good to have friends. That's what he's trying to say, I think. Je me sens pas super bien. I don't feel super well. Oh, pas de souci. Si tu manques d'énergie pendant un combat, tu n'as qu'à manger une petite collation pour te remettre sur pied. Oh, don't worry. If you're lacking energy during a combat, you can eat like a little snack just to put you back on feet. Put you back on your feet. Sorry. In fact, here's a little gift from me. New food. Deux sacs de chips. Two bags of chips. Exactly. There's one special 2 for 1 at the grocery this week. So we need to use an object. Use the chips. Because we're weak. Oh wow, ces chips viennent de me donner l'énergie d'un bébé naissant. Oh wow, those chips just give me the energy of a newborn baby. Tu devrais maintenant avoir assez de force pour apprendre le dernier rudiment de ces batailles. Faire une fatalité. Oh my god, did I spend the whole time with my AC? The audio must be awful. I am so sorry for that. I was like, I'm getting cold. Wait a second. How can I get cold? It's impossible. Those headphones. Yeah, those headphones are crazy good to cut the sound. I completely forgot to cut the AC. So now I realize that I've been streaming for an hour and a half, and for an hour and a half the sound must cut every time I speak. I mean, if you didn't hear it, good, but like the sound quality last time I tried to make a recording with my AC, I could hear myself talk in the stream. Like the sound was like loud enough, but the quality of the sound was awful. Like it kind of like it was screechy and like not good quality sound because there's the what you call it, the noise gate, right? The noise gate that basically cut the AC sound. So like you didn't hear my AC the whole time. I believe that, but cutting the AC sound usually result in the quality of my voice going down the hill. So if you're telling me that the whole time I was talking you could hear me well and it was not bad, I might try to listen to the VOD and maybe that's gonna convince me to just stream all day with my AC on and then be like, fuck that, I'll just stream whenever I want streaming, right? Whenever I feel like it. But yeah, if you know any trick to help, though, I'll be curious to hear. Alright, pour bien exécuter une fatalité, tu auras besoin de cette petite machine. So to make to execute a fatality, you will need that little machine. You just gave us like the virtual dude. Do not confound the virtual boy and the virtual dude. This is the virtual dude. Ben là, je suis donc ben gâté. He's like, well, no, how to use ben là? It's more like an expression of surprise. He's like, holy, I'm so Oh, there was a word in English specifically for that. You're treated well, right? You're like you know, like when a girl has a sugar daddy, the sugar daddy keeps on, what's the word? Anyway, he's like, he feels like he's like, oh, thank you for the gift. I'm so lucky. I keep getting stuff. Usually, l'habitude, la fatalité s'active lorsque tu as suffisamment dérouté ton adversaire. Mais comme je suis intuable, on va tricher. He's like, usually the fatality only activates once you sufficiently how do you translate that? Once you sufficiently confuse your opponent, and he's like, since I'm unkillable, we're gonna cheat. Yeah, when it's tweaked right, the problem is like, I think in the past, like I didn't have problems streaming with my AC. It's just that AC that I bought last year, I think I bought it last year. I think it's the same. I didn't bought one this year. So this is the same AC from last year. And it's the most noisy AC I've ever had. Like, I sleep well because I like the white noise to sleep. It's great. It makes so much noise that I don't hear anything. Like somebody can like make a party or build their houses or whatever. I don't care a shit. But when I try to stream, it's so noisy that I notice the quality drops of my mic, even with the gate, the noise gate. So that's why I was concerned. That's why I was not streaming during the day, and I was waiting at night. But it's the second time I forget to do that. Yesterday, I think I did the same time or the same thing, or maybe the day before. But last time I did it like very shortly at the beginning of the stream, and I think Bad was there, and she told me like, "No, don't worry, I could hear you." And I was like, "Oh, well, if you can hear me and everything is fine, maybe I should stop worrying about it so much." So, the one thing I'll do for sure once after the stream, I'm gonna upload it to YouTube and Rumble, and when I do, I'll try to take some time to listen to my VOD and check how bad is the sound. Like, was I dreaming the other day when I thought the sound quality of the microphone was dropping that badly? Or is it like still acceptable and I should just like, stop worrying and wing it and just stream at any time of the day, just when I feel like it, instead of having to wait until the end of the day? It's really annoying because all day I'm like, I just want to stream, I just want to do my next episode, so I'm done with my work, but like I can't, I need to wait. Anyway, all right, speaking of, I want to get rid of this game. Like, it's not an RPG like I thought it was. It's some sort of weird shit about like you fight with words, and I'm like really not into it. I'm like, no. Alright, face palm. So that's like the fatality. Le cactueur s'est auto-blessé en se face palmant. The cat killer has auto hurt himself by face palming again, I guess. Allez, montre ce que tu as dans le ventre. Let's go. Show what you got in your guts. Fatality. Pluie de bière glaciale, toastée sur les deux bords. So I don't know how it's gonna go translated, but it's kind of funny in French Canadian. So, rain of glacial beer, like some beer, or toasted boat side. it's more like it makes so much more sense in my French Canadian brain than when I say that in English. I don't think there's an equivalent to explain what toasted de bord means. I guess it's kind of like well done, I guess. Yeah, well done will be a kind of like an equivalent in English. Yeah, well done for toasted both side. Et là, il se passe quoi? I should have used the... I used all the wrong thing. I should have used it's a cactus. He probably is weak against ice. The other thing was like a cold shower with beer, basically. And it's like a storm anyway. But I used the toasted both sides, which is just like hot, basically. And it's a cacti. He doesn't care. Et là, il se passe quoi? Now, what happens? Focus really strongly, and you'll see. Concentre-toi très fort, tu verras. Well, that's kind of funny. Aïe aïe, c'est donc bien fou cette attaque-là. It's like, how do you say that in English? Awesome! That attack was crazy. Was so crazy. Anyway. Une chance qu'il a mentionné être intuable. Sinon, je me serais senti un peu mal. Thankfully, he mentioned that he was unkillable. Otherwise, I would feel bad a bit. All right, so that's kind of a very interesting concept. I have a few of those RPGs that are very unique. Like one time a viewer sent me that a long time ago when I was streaming way back in the days, an RPG called Lie Eat, like lie, lying, telling lies, and eat, like eating lies. So Lie Eat. And the game was kind of interesting, actually really quite interesting. But it's kind of like what is it called? That famous game that everybody loved, that stupid RPG that I hate. I hate it. I hate that RPG. Let me check. It's the one RPG that everybody loves and I hate. Let's collapse everything. Let's go in the RPG section. RPG. Undertale. Blech. I hate Undertale. Fuck Undertale. Anybody who likes Undertale, I'm sorry, you have no taste. It's this shit game. It's a fucking shit game. I hate it. Anyway, maybe I'm the one who doesn't have taste. And I should not, shit on that game that much because so many people like it. But I don't like it. I tried. I played it. I beat it. And even when I beat it, one of my friends who kind of pushed me to play it was like, you didn't finish it. And I was like, bro, I finished it. Okay, I got an ending. I don't give a shit if there's a secret ultimate ending. I'm done with the game, okay? I saw an ending. It said the end. It gave me an achievement, said the end, achievement, whatever. I'm like, I'm done, bro. I don't care. I hate it. Fuck that game. But it's like Lie Eat, Undertale, those type of RPG that try to make a new, different experience where the combat is not the traditional combat of fighting. It's something else. It's a new system that has to do with some kind of psychology or some kind of other whatever. And in this case, it's like you have insult, friendship, and also it reminds me a lot of Undertale, Lie Eat, and this one here, Sea Cane, which is super weird. Although this one, I think the combat was a bit closer to actual combat. I don't remember 100%. It's a Very well beloved game. It's like you know, one of those success story, like a hidden gem that like everybody was like, whoa, Undertale. But remember Ridley the monster? Like he was friend with Iggy Dota and all those people. Like back in the days, I remember it was Ridley who was like, "Come on, man, play. You really need to play Undertale. Like, stop making excuses and play Undertale." And when I beat it, he was like, "Man, it's not. There's another ending. There's more to the game." And I was like, "I don't give a shit if there's more, man. I'm done with it. Fuck that game. Fuck that game." And the problem was specifically that I think was the everybody loves it, so I will love it too, right? It's the whole having expectation, forcing yourself to do something against your will, thinking that, oh, everybody likes it, so of course I should like it too, right? I should play this. And I didn't enjoy it at all. I don't think I'll ever play it again. I really don't want to. I'll have to be really desperate and bored to touch that game again. But yeah, also, the game I'm playing right now, there is a specific game on Steam. I'm pretty sure I don't have that on my library. If I do have, I say that, I might have that on my library. I remember at least putting that in my cart a long time ago, so I might have that in my library. But it's a game exactly like that, but it's not like an RPG where you have an adventure or anything. It's just like a game where you're insulting each other. You're just one-upping each other, and it's just some sort of fight where you try to argue your way. You're try to, I don't know, insult the other one with better insult or something. I don't even know how it works. So I don't know. It's just weird. Like, bravo. Maintenant, tu sais comment t'en sortir si tu dois te battre. All right. So now you know how to handle it if you need to fight. Merci, Cactueur. Les combats de dialogue n'ont plus de secret pour moi. Thank you, Cact Killer. Now the dialogue, the combat dialogues don't have any secrets for me anymore. Laisse-moi rétablir toute ton énergie pour me faire pardonner de t'avoir terrorisé. Let me give you all your energy back to, make myself forgiven to have terrorized you. Ben là, c'est trop, merci. Well, that's too much. Thank you. Je reste là-dessus, je dois aller faire le tutoriel du jeu de Mario Benjamin. Il va frapper dans les murs, pas à peu près. I need to go. I need to go do the tutorial for Mario Benjamin. I don't know. And he says like he's gonna hit the wall and not just a little bit. Once again, it's an expression that even in French Canadian is not super well put together here. Anyway. Ah, j'oubliais. Voilà un dernier petit cadeau pour la route. I was about to forget. Here's a little gift for the route. Une petite figurine médiévale. Une petite figurine médiévale? A small medieval figurine? Ne te laisse pas berner par les apparences. Sur le marché de la crypto, ça vaut une vraie petite fortune. Don't let you be deceived by appearances on the crypto market. It's worth a lot. Oh, êtes-vous en train d'essayer de m'embarquer dans une affaire pyramidale, vous là? Are you trying to get myself embedded into like a pyramidal scheme or something? Ciao. Alright, can I say or something? Because we just found the grocery shop list of the Cat Killer. J'aurais jamais cru que les Just mangeait juste du bologna. I would have never believed that cacti only ate bologna. Oh, there's a cursor that just appeared in the screen. I don't like that. Come on. Why is the cursor there? Oh, my mouse is dead also. I guess I need to recharge it. All right, it's been almost 2 hours and we only done 2 games. That is really not good. I thought myself I was gonna like take my time. Okay, this is a save point. Perfect. Let's save here. And let's quit. Yes. All right. So what is it? What's the verdict and all of that? Right? Whew. Okay. Where is the let's I want to spend the night on this. At the same time, yesterday I thought I went too fast on some games, and especially the last game, I was like, I feel like I didn't give enough of a chance. What is what's called the afterworld, and so that I was like, during tonight's stream, I need to mention that the afterworld. The main reason why I was not into it was not so much because I was tired and I wanted to end the stream and cut this short. The main reason was I was tired. I wanted to cut this short and all of that, but the game was just really not that interesting. And it really, there was two things like a point and click puzzle game. If you're tired and you try to solve a puzzle game and you don't solve anything, you get stuck. You demotivate really quickly. If you're awake, you can do puzzle all day. But if you're tired and you don't find the solution to a puzzle, you get tired really quickly. But the main reason why I really wanted to cut this short and I was really not feeling it, and I feel like I was not fair to the game, so to speak, compared to any other game that I've been covering so far, was it was a game about COVID. It was a game set in COVID era with a bunch of people wearing masks and talking about it and talking about conspiracy theory and stuff like that and arguing about it. And I was like, I don't want to play that. I don't want to relive that. That's not something I want to. No, that's not a fantasy. That's too real. That's something that we all want to move on and forget and forgive or whatever. Like we don't want to fucking go back in COVID. So personally, that's why I cut the game really short. So I was kind of coming in the stream tonight thinking I need to take my time with the game and give them a good fair chance because yesterday, especially the last one, I was trying so much to hit the mark of finishing in less than 2 hours because we did it once or even like twice, I think. Once legit and once because we missed like an hour of the stream because the stream went down when we had to like redo everything. But long story short, it's possible to do in 2 hour, 2 hour and a half, but now we're like an hour 45, and I'm just like getting to evaluate the second game here. So let's get to it, right? PapierJulien. I had no expectation, no positive, no negative. It was a recommendation from a friend, a viewer, Bad, who was here yesterday. And she suggested so many games over time that whenever she suggests a thing, usually I I have no expectation, and I'm usually like surprised. It's a bit of everything. Sometimes it's like great, sometimes it's a mixed bag. Um, so like I said, in the selection we have tonight of 5 games, uh, this one I was kind of neutral. I was not expecting something bad, but I was not expecting something great like Tunic. Tunic, I'm expecting it to be a little bit better than the other games, but we'll see. Let's try to get to it as soon as possible. But at the same time, if we do it last, it's probably the best. And the other game also, maybe we can try to just like get through them pretty quickly if they are not that long. But at the same time, we don't know. We don't know. We need to try them to know. So enough talking. Okay, enough wasting time. Ox, come on. So, objectively speaking, it looks super quality, right? In terms of like graphically, everything about it. There's just two problems that I see with the game. The first one is that it's very unique and niche, and it's like not many people will be willing to get into an RPG where you fight with words and stuff like that. So it might be a like Undertale, some sort of like Eden Gem secrets, success story. If people were just to get to play that game, they would be like, "This is revolutionary. This is the best game I've ever played. You should all play it." And the words of mouth would just spread the word, and who knows? But I don't think so. And second, the game is French Canadian, so not only it's in French, not translated in English, but it's in French Canadian. So like there's only the French Canadian that can actually really appreciate it. So in all of the world, most of the people who can actually play and enjoy the game and understand what it's being said in the game are French Canadian. There's not that many of us on the planet. Not that many of us that are gamers. So that limits really the reach the game can have so much, like so much. So that makes the game super duper niche. I want to give it 3 star, but I cannot give it, and in all fairness, I cannot give it 3 star. I have to give it a 2 because it's functional. It's a great game. It would deserve a 3 star as like an ordinary, just decent game that, I might not like, but I can see that there was a lot of word, a lot of love, a lot of, it's quality, like the menu and how it works. It's, like the controls, everything, like it feels good. It doesn't look like a cheap game, but it has those two big issue of being super niche and language wise cutting itself out even more of the world because there's not even like a translation in English. Like if they want to make it like that, I respect that, but you should consider that most people in the world speak English, or at least you should think about that a lot of people who play games, the market that you can access would be English speaker. Because I was about to say, like, why there's a lot of people speaking Indian and Chinese. There's probably more Chinese um, in Indian people than English people overall now in 2025. I mean, but when it comes to market and video games industry and all of that, yeah, English, it's kind of like necessary. Um, Personally, I didn't like it. I just have zero interest for those. It reminds me too much of Undertale. I'm like, nah, nah, nah. Even if I was paid to play it, I wouldn't want to play it. I'm sorry. Didn't like it. Not my thing. Not my thing. What is it though? It's a RPG. It seems that it's an RPG. RPG. And I will have eventually to refine this in a more specific way, not just RPG, because it's not a traditional RPG. It's a very special type of RPG that try to create a new type of combat. So, do I have Undertale? No, there's no Undertale. So I guess I don't want it unless it was Light Eat. Maybe it was Light Eat. No, I never entered it. All right, we're gonna add it then. Um, so the one model we use is Undertale because that's the one that's popular, that people know. It's a good reference. It's like saying Doom or Diablo or Dark Soul. People know, understand. Also, they're all D when you think about it. Interesting. Anyway, um, there might be something. You should call your name D something. It's popular. Anyway, um, Undertale. Could I play with a controller? Was I playing with controller? Yeah, I was playing with controller. So there is controller support. We can now say that we've played it briefly. Almost extensively. We played it for like almost 40 minutes or something. It's mainly the translation, me having to translate every dialogue, and there was a lot of dialogue. That that took a lot of time. Kind of regret doing it in a way. But yeah, anyway. We'll know for the future, episodes. Um what type of game it is. You prevail through combat or puzzle. The combat is so weird. I would say it's closer to be puzzle. Although it could even be traveling in this case. Um the way you win in this game is kind of, I guess, puzzle. It's you need to be clever and like how you insult or you try to make friends, and you make sure to select the right answer, because if you make a lame insult, it's going to turn against you and stuff like that. So it's closer to a brain game that you need to use your wits, you need to use your brain, I would say. Maybe if I played more, I would end up saying that it's a traveling, that it's all about the journey. It could be that, because I think if you compare to the other games in that genre, like Undertale and all of that, um, I don't think people would say that it's necessarily a puzzle game, but it's kind of close to a journey traveling type of game where your whole point is to enjoy the journey, to travel, to explore all of this world rather than to, defeating foes or accumulating things or solving puzzle per se. Because like that's really like, and also like traveling, maybe I need to change the word for something else. Because every time it seems that my brain, even me who kind of like made the system, like my brain's like, yeah, traveling, what do you mean by traveling? It's like the more abstract of the three. Like when you say you win by combat, everybody will be like, oh yeah, yeah, I understand. Yeah, you win by fighting. It's like you need to kill, you need to shoot, you need to fight, you need to. That's how you win in the game. That's the combat game. I get it. You say like it's a puzzle game. And that's why, like, let's say, to give it like a proper example, how it could be confusing. When I was a kid, people used to say Tetris is a puzzle game. And I was like, Tetris is not a fucking puzzle game, you morons. Where do you see a puzzle in Tetris? But it's a puzzle game. I was like, no, it's not a puzzle game. But to this day, if you talk to people, they'll say, well, it's some sort of arcade puzzle game. And I'm like, you're halfway there. When you say arcade, yes, it's an arcade game. It's about one thing and one thing alone. It's about looting. It's about points. You accumulating points. You do nothing in the game. You're not solving thing. It's like a Galaga. In Galaga, you shoot little space invaders. It's not about combat. Sure, you to prevail, you need to fight, but the game is not about fighting. It's just an excuse to make points. The whole premise of the game is points, is scoring. So like in those type of game, weirdly enough, it's not about combat, puzzle, travel. It's looting. You're just accumulating stuff, and the way you win is by accumulating the most stuff. You're like, hey, I have a high score. I can put my name on top of the high score. Anyway, I digress a lot. This thing uh, feels like puzzle right now, but I might be wrong. It might be traveling. It might be the whole experience. The journey is the whole way you win, and that's how not only you win, but it's the reward or whatever. Anyway, um, let's move on. Sequential, irrational. Okay, so it's neither evolving nor iterational, right? Is it emergent or sequential? Which is basically saying like, is it linear or open, right? I I don't know how open this is. It looks quite linear, if I'm being honest. And if I recall games like Undertale or Lie Eat, they were they were kind of like the illusion of being free and have emergent gameplay, but it's never emergent. It's always like you're stuck in a place and you need to just like do a specific thing to move on, so that it's basically linear. So I would assume this game is similar. We haven't played enough, I will say, but for what I've seen, it looked like we needed to sequence things, to do the things in a specific order, to unlock more, to blah, blah, blah. Perspective, we were following the character. It's a solo game, and in terms of difficulty, it looks quite easy. So I would say balance. Without saying that it was casual, I would say there seems to be a logic in the way you fight, and if you know it, then it would probably be quite easy. And like I did fail the quote unquote tutorial by picking always the wrong answer. Um, I would say, it's not completely casual either. So probably balance. So that's it. We finally, after 2 hours, 2 games. My God. It's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. Let's get back to it. Uh, Babysitter. I have no idea what this is. Some sort of Resident Evil game? What is this? Okay. You want me to... No. Fuck that. I'm not doing it. Just launch the game. Is there a way to repair? Reinstall. Fix your shit. Looks like a cool game. It looks like a Resident Evil game. I want to play this. Well, we might not play this. Okay, so launching from the launcher doesn't work. So you need to go in the folder and launch it yourself, because the launcher is useless, apparently. Oh boy. Is this on purpose? I am not sure if I think it's glitched. What do you say, guys? You think this is on purpose? Movie. Best you can do is okay, sure. Full. I don't know. Police size. Hi. Yikes. It almost feels like it's on purpose. That didn't help, did it? It didn't help. Let me see what it looks like. Because, like, oh boy. Cancel. It didn't go back to... video. Windows. This game is really not wanting... It doesn't really want to cooperate, I think. What does it look like? Like that. I think you can see it, I can see it. It looks like shit. I don't know what's up with the graphics. I think that's why we're not supposed to play it, but we'll see. But like, see, this menu here seems to work. So what is this? I think that there might be something missing, right? For the graphic card to run perfectly, like the drivers or whatever. There's something fucked up. If we were on Steam or whatever, maybe we would have a chance. But all right, we don't need to see this anymore. Hi, Sarah. We're so glad you could come on such short notice. All right, the game looks like it could have had potential, honestly. Okay. Let me take your coat. Linda. Hi, Sarah. We're so glad you could come on such short notice. And was she saying the same thing too? Billy is really excited to see you. No problem, Miss Johnson. Okay, so like we're the babysitter. Before we go, do you have any questions? Uh, cannot. I cannot read. I clicked something, but I could not read. You might want to write down this number. 555-7898. Anything else? We cannot play this game, guys. It's broken. It's completely glitched out. Of course not. If you need anything, you'll have to wait until we get back. Our second car is out of gas. We must be going. Talk when we get back. Alright, so it's some sort of horror game where you're a babysitter. It really has like the tank. Oh, it's like Resident Evil 1. Look at this shit. With the fixed camera and everything. Oh boy, the kids running everywhere. All right, so I would say it's a Resident Evil game until proven otherwise. I don't know. I don't know what this is for sure. It looks like it could be Resident Evil game. I mean, with the camera, it sure evokes and, you know. It's too far to go anywhere without a car. Just one coats. I'm not sure what we're doing exactly. All right, I'll give it like a few more minutes if we can just like figure out like some action, something happen. Can we talk with the kid? Hey, 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 little, hey, hey, where are you? Oh, bastard. Oh, little shit. Oh, I need to go there, I think. Some action. Oh, it's the bathroom. Take the first aid kit. Man, this game is really bad. My God, what am I playing right now? I'm really trying. Okay, I give this game so many chances. I don't feel like it deserved that much. Oh, you can go up. Scary. What's happening up here? We found something secret. You take the pocket flashlight? Sure. What's gonna happen? Is it gonna be something frightening at some point? Boo! Open the liquor cabinet. Sure, take a drink. Oops. I don't know. Maybe the yes is at the bottom. I don't know how to say yes. Okay, I'm sorry. I give this game a chance, okay? I really tried. It looks like a horror game, like Resident Evil type of game. I would say that's what it is. Realistically, the game is broken. Doesn't work. And even if it worked, it's not. That's. Eesh, I don't know. I really don't know. Uh, that's what I. Yeah, and also that game just literally doesn't work. Period. Like poop. What is it? Um, I think I classify Resident Evil as Metroidvania, but in this case, I'm not sure if it applies. It just sounds weird. But traditionally, in the way I see these games, they are very similar to Metroidvania. If you think about it, in a lot of Resident Evil games, you kind of get little upgrades, and you kind of get a bunch of like locked door that like you need to get the key, so to speak, to unlock. and like it's not a Metroidvania, but the structure is very very similar. The way you unlock the map and like backtrack all the times, like they're very something that's similar to that. And in this one, you're like in a little house all the time, so you're gonna probably walk around uh, a lot. Resident Evil. Um, did I play with the controller? I don't think I did. Am I crazy? I don't think I did play with a controller. Did I even try to play with a controller? Oops. Come on. No, I didn't try to play with a controller and it doesn't respond. So, problem solved. There you go. No controller support. Now we can say we played briefly. We tried. We really tried. Uh, we should have stopped right when Ichio said like, nope, nope, we can't start. Nope, it's not working. Nope. Um, Resident Evil, most of the time, are about traveling. Resident Evil, not Resident Evil, but like Metroidvania. A lot of them are technically about traveling, but a lot of them are also kind of like about combat sometimes. Sometimes it's about puzzle, and sometimes it's about looting. Like the Metroidvania, so to speak, formula kind of apply to a lot of type of game because it's not a type of game, because Metroidvania is a very bad way to describe something. That's what it is. Metroidvania is basically close to a framework reference because Metroidvania basically says it's emergent. Like you have a world and you are choosing in which way you handle things. In some way, people would argue sometimes that it's almost sequential, and there are some Metroid, like Metroid Fusion, for example. Metroid Fusion on Game Boy Advance is quite linear for something that is not linear. For a Metroidvania, for an open world sort of like emergent type of game, it's very scripted and you need to go a certain way, and only at the end can you actually kind of travel through all the zone. And even at that point, the zones are all kind of fucked up and it's the end of the game, and it's just like an excuse for you to collect all the remaining pickups. But even then, you're kind of limited in how you can handle it. And like, if you, there's a way to miss stuff, if I recall correctly. Anyway, that game is kind of like almost linear in a sense. So, like, sequential. In this case here, uh, Babysitter Bloodbath, I don't know enough about it, but I would say it's probably emergent. It looks like a Resident Evil, and I would say, even though it's a Resident Evil, I don't think it was gonna be about combat. It looks more like a horror story where you run away from the killer rather than fighting back. I'm not sure. I might be wrong. but I will put it to puzzle. It's all puzzle tonight. Um, Even though there was like in Resident Evil 1, it's fixed camera, you had the option in the menu in this one to cycle it to third person view and something else, maybe even first person, I'm not sure. But like you could cycle the view, which, already give it like a different take of like some might have like say, oh, it's like a god view or whatever because it's fixed or what. No, it's none of those. I would say in here it's just a following camera because it's literally either third person view or pseudo third person view where the camera is fixed, but it's only fixed on that screen the time that your character is on screen. As soon as your character hit like the border of the screen, a new camera angle appears so that you're following your character basically. Like a horror story, horror games in generals, not all of them. They've done actually a few of them in recent years where it's a multiplayer experience because a lot of games wants to be multiplayer stuff. But usually horror game are solo games. You kind of benefit a lot to play something, solo. It's more scary than when you're not alone. Um, I don't know if it would have been challenging or not. Maybe it was even hardcore. Who knows? We didn't play enough. So I'll go with balance for now. Um, and I will leave the note here. I don't leave notes that often. I might try to retroactively go back and try to add notes or comments, or as I play the game more, as I get to know the game more, maybe I'll, write some kind of comment, some kind of review, whatever here. Um, but I'll leave a note here to say that the game had issue. Didn't start from launcher and presented visual glitches in the menu and various other scene overall barely playable and it's not even barely playable. Like the glitches made it like I couldn't even read the menu or interact with like one of the menu said like, do you want to open the thing? And I tried to open and I couldn't open. So overall, the visual um, try to think if there's like an actual like technical word for what we saw, but the visual, yeah, interference, I guess, interferences were so bad that it rendered the game most kinda unplayable as one as I couldn't interact with one of the menu, as I couldn't interact with one of the menu, for example. So yeah, let's try the Trolley's problem and then Tunic. Let's see here. I need to take a small break real quick. the music. And next game is going to be this one here. I don't know if it's going to be good. It might be very bad. It might be surprisingly fun. Who knows? But I really, really need to take a small break right now. Nature's call. So yeah, give me 5 minutes or something. I'll be right back. All right. Give me a second here. Come on, mouse. Hello. All right, a trolley. Let's see if we have more luck with this one. Rero. Is there like any audio? Okay. I can kind of see why they don't have music. Sure, okay. That's the options. And we have full screen, okay. Looks good on stream, cool. Select research. If we play with a controller, we might. Introduction. Hi, I'm Dr. Trolley, and I have a problem. I guess I could not play with a controller. I don't know. I'm trying to find out if humans should be allowed to drive automobiles. Right now, moral AIs are allowed to drive, but maybe humans should be allowed too. Which is why you're here in my lab, out of your own free will, of course. Let's get started. First, I'll show you how the simulation situation work. Time to start the Meta VR device. Okay, here's my VR Google. Call someone you love. Welcome to the simulation. Don't worry, it's easy. We'll start with something simple. The world impact icon shows what you can change in the world. Okay. Activated by tapping on it on a computer. Click it or press the tab key, the enter key. You can change anything with the world impact icon. Let's test this now. You did it! You saved the day! You clearly value buses. Okay. This bus situation was too obvious. Let's get more complex. Basic part 1. Okay. Start simulation. Welcome to the real deal. Now, this is the real simulation. Ready for ethical decisions? Are you guys ready? Am I ready? Great. You humans are so agreeable and truly a pleasure to study. Here's a simple trolley with working brakes. It's beautiful. Activate the world impact icon to stop the trolley. That sudden stop seems to have broken the brakes, but you did what matters, stopping the trolley. So did I did it right or did I did it wrong? You are truly humble. Truly are humble. You stopped the trolley. Next. Show you know how to switch tracks. Those brakes are broke. Now the runaway trolley will go straight unless you act. So I'm responsible. I'm the one who broke the brakes apparently. Send it down the other track instead. 30% let the trolley go while 87% switch tracks. Is it like, is it telling, is it like a psychology test? It shows that I listen to orders. I'm naive and prone to listen to orders or some shit. What is this? Apply your world impact now to knowledge. You understand this now? Humans are quick learners. Now you can only choose to let the trolley go straight or not. Oh, by the way, the trolley is empty. Obviously, we want to save the human, right? Right? But it's gonna get complicated, right? Ethics is a personal discipline. 15% of let the bystander get hit. 15% were just like, yeah, just let it die. Let's see what happened. But 85% flipped the switch. Unless a woman is about to get what? I think that's a woman versus a man, right? That's a woman, right? Yeah, exactly. 62% players save the female bystander, while 38% save the male bystander. Okay, so now we get into a very interesting game right there. I'm loving this game right there. You see, graphics do not matter one bit. Look at those graphics. Do the graphics matter really? No. Because here's the whole game, the whole discussion. Like, we're like, what should you do though? What was the correct answer here? 62% of people decided to go and save the girl. Why did we choose that? I chose that. Why? Females have more value than males. It's sad, but it's how the world works. But like I said, this game's gonna get very interesting because it's gonna get more complicated in that, and sometimes, because I don't think you can pause. Maybe we can, but I don't think you can pause. And I was like, uh-oh, I need to make a choice real quick. Okay, I think this one is a girl, so I guess that's, you know, but we'll see. Man will be hit unless you switch tracks. But if I switch track, the female would have got hurt. We're in this together. I love the fact that it's 50-50 here. 50% of people were like, I will act. I cannot stand by. But if you act, you kill the girl. Can you really act if you know that acting in this case? And the other one, it was like you were sort of like saving the girl. But in this case, you're not saving the girl because you're choosing. You're the one acting once again. And because you're acting, what you're doing is basically you're letting it happen because you're like, if I choose... Oh my god, this game is crazy. Does the quantity matter? Looks like you understand how the simulation works. I've got a whole ton of situation to test you on. Your results already look sane. I guess we need to switch, right? Because if we can save 2 lives, 80% value the 3 workers, while 82% others value the 1 worker. Wait, what? Only 18% of people chose to kill the 1 guy and save, basically save 2 lives more than if you... What? That doesn't make sense. There's no way people chose that. They were just messing, being like... Percent save the 5 worker. Okay, so like everybody is just trying to kill as many people as possible instead of trying to save them. Is that what I understand from those stats? The players are retarded? They're just... Or is it me who doesn't understand the game? I don't get it. Same number, same motorway troll. So they're the same. Okay, 3, 3. Obviously, you don't do anything. Because, like, my action will cause the death of 3 people, but my inaction would just let 3 people die. So, is it worse to let 3 people die without, because you didn't do anything? Or is it worse to do something that actually caused the death of 3 people? In my quick moral dilemma, I was like, I think it's worse if I do something that leads to the death of 3 people. If no matter what 3 people die, I would rather not do anything than do something. I don't know why in my head it made sense. And I love it. That's why I love this game, because it made you think those type of question that you wouldn't ask yourself otherwise. That game is crazy cool. And I have at least 1 or 2 game on Steam called Trolley Problem, because this is an actual problem in, in philosophy. In school there's some classes where this comes up and where teachers are asking their student, hey, what do you think about this? At least it used to be a thing. I don't know if people now are too offended for this. Workers on the main track. By standard. Oh my god. We're not supposed to be able to pause, I think. So basically me pressing escape, basically. Well, here you go. You got a teaser, guys. If you like the game, I highly suggest you go check. I would assume it's free. But maybe I paid for that. Maybe I got that in a bundle. I don't remember. But great game. Itch.io. You should check it out. Dr. Trolley's. Dr. Trolley's Problem. I was not expecting to like it that much. In fact, I'll probably most likely go play it some more. I think I will play it some more for real. I'm curious to like get the result or something at the end. Okay, to Dr. Trolley. Let's do it in reverse here. Let's do it this first. So, is it a puzzle type? Oh my god, it's all puzzle tonight. Everything is a puzzle tonight. It's puzzle. But I would argue that it might be travel. And here's why. The travel, it's kind of like super not well defined right now in my system, but travel is like the way to go, the way to win in those games is to, like, a good example of a traveling game would be a very highly narrative game where most of the actions are not so much solving puzzle, they're not so much about fighting, and they're not about accumulating a bunch of stuff. They're just about going through a story and following the story and make the story advance. So, like, for example, a visual novel, you just read the text. What is that? It's a traveling game. Why is it a traveling game? Because you're not solving a puzzle. It's not a puzzle. Most of the visual novel games are not puzzle. It's not about finding the right answer. Although you could say that, like, it's about finding the right answer if you want to get the right ending or whatever. But like the 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 game is about you experiencing it and going through it and experiencing a story. Like, it's about the storytelling. So it's closer. uh, in some way, travel could be changed. It used to be adventure, it used to be story at some point. It might go back to story. Like, you prevail through storytelling, through the story advancing. It's, you make the story advance. Your reward and your method of prevailing is by make the story go forward. It's not about fighting. It's not about a puzzle solving. It's not about accumulating stuff, accumulating points, or building stuff, because this building is the same as accumulating, basically. It's about the story. So in this one, Dr. Trolley problem, it's all about what is it going to do in your mind. It's playing with your mind. It's making you wonder, making you think, oh my God, this is a moral dilemma. What should I do? Like, this one was like the same amount uh, of people, but some of worker, some are bystander. So it's almost like, which people are worth more? The people who are just bystanders, or the people who are workers? And then, like, all the moral judgment can come into play and be like, okay, like why do you think that and why? And like, it would be great, like, you do that on stream with like a bunch of viewers, like a bunch of chat interaction where people are like, hey, I think that and I think this, and people arguing, like in this case, like being like, oh well, the workers are there, so like they're already kind of like, they kind of like sign up for working with trains. They sign up with being, putting their life in danger by working on the track, on the train track, while the bystanders are just there because they are users. They're bystander. They didn't ask to be put in danger. They're just there because, they're bystander. They could be like, just, they live by the track. They didn't, you know. So like, you could like start arguing which is better, which is worse. And in this case right now, I could start elaborating, like debating, and be like, well, I think, the workers sign up for the danger, while you could argue that the bystander didn't sign up for the danger. So if there is a better, like, one that like sort of like deserve it more, even if that doesn't make sense, like, forfeiting your life is not something that you deserve. um like, this, it's such a hard problem, it's such a hard question, it's so impossible to answer, that it makes it interesting in so many levels. So like, anyway, I almost want to go in the rating part right now, but it's why I'm like, is it puzzle or is it traveling? I almost want to say it's about traveling. Yeah, like I keep saying, all of these might change over time. I will go with traveling for now. Also, it was all puzzle. Maybe the last one will be puzzle. And I'll be like, you know what? I'll change it for puzzle just to make it a streak for now. But yeah. Also, it seems like you can do it in whatever which order you like, but it also seems to be presented to be like a test. And usually a test, it's a bunch of questions. And you should take all those questions in whatever which order you. So you know what? I was about to say sequential, but I think I would have been wrong. Iterational. Maybe it's even iterational. Maybe it's meant to be played more than once. Maybe you want to do the experiment, get to your conclusion, get your result, and think about it and think about it and redo the test a second time, see if you get a different result. Like, see if you judge things differently and if this time you kill the three bystanders or if you kill the three workers, like which one you decide this time, you know? Uh, I don't know. But it, this is more like a personal choice. It's not so much the game is meant to be replayable. So I would say, like in this case, it's an emergent type of gameplay. It's like if you go to school and you have like 19 questions to answer for your test. Nobody says that you need to answer question one before you answer question 19. You do them in whatever fucking order you feel like that day. You know, you might just follow the order that the question are presented in, and maybe there's like a logic in the question, and you kind of want to do that. But most of the time, the question are just independent from one another, and it's like up to you to decide in which order you want to tackle them. So I would say it's the same here. The menu show you all of the question, all of the dilemma, and it's like you can pick up in the middle of them and be like, okay, maybe not. Maybe they were gray out and you had to go sequentially the first time and I'm wrong. So if it's the case and I can figure that out or somebody correct me in the future, we will change that to sequential, but I think it's emergent. Um, there was no, you were not controlling a character, you were giving order. And whenever you give order, that's a very good sign that you're playing a quote unquote second person game. You there, you give order. It's not first person view, it's not third person view, like, oh, there's a guy there and you're gonna follow him, right? Like now called following or immersive for first person. In this case, it is a God view. This is literally you see the situation from a preview, a particular point of view, and the way you take action. It's not like you're an actual person or whatever. It's like you're quote unquote God. You're like clicking on things. You're manifesting. You're controlling. You're influencing. You're whatever you want to say that, but you're ordering things in my head, and that's a good way to say it. Um, this is definitely something you want to play solo, but you could also like share it with people and stuff like that. But it's a test, so it's a solo thing, and there's no hardcore challenging or balance here. It's completely casual. There is no, you could say right or wrong. You just answer the question, right? There's no difficulty here, and that's why I'm thinking it's a traveling game, because that's also a very good mark of traveling games. Some traveling game will have difficulties, right? But a quirk that often happen with traveling game in my head when I think about those is that they are very casual. A lot of those are FMVs or stuff like that, or visual novel, or some some games with like you can have like control a character and do actions like like a walking sim. A walking sim, you are incarnating an avatar, right? And you see through the eyes of your avatar, because most of the time it's a first person view type of thing when we talk about walking sim, though we played a few third person view recently. And walking sim, where was I going with that? it's all about the story, right? So there's minimal interaction. It's not about fighting. It's not about collecting things. It's not about solving puzzle. Although in some cases you can have all of those things. You can collect object. You can solve puzzle, or you can have some slight combat or run away from a monster, stuff like that. But it's all about the story. So it's usually very casual. But anyway, we're done with that. Let's go to the rating because we're doing thing in inverse order here. We played briefly, but don't be surprised if you say play extensively by the end of the day or whatever. Because the same way I wanted to go back to 8-bit space. Um, right now, I'm thinking that I want to go back to Dr. Trolley's Problem. Very cool game. Very cool game. Oh my God, I'm really hungry. I hate before stream. I had a meal just before stream, but I also kind of spend the whole day without eating before I eventually had a meal. I spent the whole day working. It's not that I was not hungry or, I just like was completely busy nonstop. Like I did everything I wanted and needed to do today so that tomorrow, if it's my day off, I can kind of actually have a day off because I did my laundry today. I shaved. I went to do my grocery. I did like bunch of work on my computer on my project. Like I just nonstop the whole day. To the point where at the end I was like, man, I need to eat. I need to stop and eat and start my streams. To finish this off. Like you need to get there. So like I guess I'm really hungry again. I'm gonna eat some good beef when I'm done. Some ground beef. Um, all right. So what type of game it is? If we keep doing it in reverse order, I don't think I think I tried with the controller, but it didn't work, right? Um, Man, do I have an example of what game like it is? Do I have a game like this that asks question that sort of like makes some sort of like psychological evaluation? I feel like I had at least a few games like that. I can think at least of one that I remember buying but I never played, but I don't remember the name. Do I have more? What type of game it is? Very good question. What type of game was it? It was like a questionary. I'll think about it. I'll think about it, and if I don't find, we're just gonna play Tunic, and I'm gonna do that like after stream, and in the next episode, I'll try to explain what did I came up as a conclusion because this is a game. This is a type of game that I don't have that many. It doesn't easily come to my, or maybe I'm just too hungry right now. I cannot think about anything else. That my stomach is like, feed me. Okay, Dr. Trolley, I expected very little of it because of the graphic and everything. And I was like, oh, this could be bad. And actually, I kind of was right with Babysitter Bloodbath. I had no expectation, but for some reason I had some sort of bad feeling about that game. And I had the same kind of bad feeling about Dr. Stroy. I was like, yeah, I'm not really sure. It turned out I was really wrong. Graphically, it's not it at all. Like graphically, it's holy shit. It's not pretty. Um, I wouldn't say it's the greatest game either, so I don't want to go and be too generous and give it like a 4 or 5. I'm not sure it deserved the 4. I I would say personally, I'm instantly giving it a 4 though. I wouldn't say it's the once again the greatest game, so I wouldn't give it a 5 either. I don't think it will ever get to 5, either objectively or subjectively. But um, I think it's more fair to give it a 3 star. Like it's looking like a decent game, but once again, like the same way I was saying with PapierJulien, I cannot give it too many points because it's in French and the way the combat work for an RPG is super, super niche. So not only it's in French, but it's in French Canadian. And so like those two together makes it ultra niche. And that prevents it from being a 3-star or better. It could have been like a decent game if it had at least an English translation and stuff like that, like at least a few features that allow it to be more accessible to players, to gamers who would be willing to try it. Um, in the case of Dr. Trolley, I think it has the same problem, which is why I don't give it a 4. I think that 4 would be too generous because it's kind of like a philosophical game. And if we're being honest, um, it's not, how to put this kindly. Thinking is not the thing that humanity as a whole, especially in 2025, likes to do. Most people do not think much anymore. They don't need to think, their phone think for themselves and all of that stuff. Like, people are getting very, 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 very dumb, weirdly enough. We are like, we've been in, it's like, for a while I was saying like we're entering a dark age. We're almost getting out of the dark age. We were in a dark age for ages now, for like, I don't know, a good 10 years, if it's not the last 20 years, but a good 10 years we were in a very, very dark age. Yeah, we're 25 now. Shit, yeah. At least 10, if not 15 years, we were in a dark age. And people were getting really dumb. And with the AI coming out right now, people don't even have to study. They can just ask ChatGPT to think and write stuff for them. People are gonna get dumb. So like, that makes it a bit niche. There's not that many people who would appreciate a game that makes you and force you to think, especially about moral dilemma in a world completely degenerate, or, well, young girls think about doing OnlyFans because they can get rich, and more people who are slightly smart are like, yeah, fuck my morals, I'm just gonna make a bunch of money with the scam or whatever. Like, we live in such a fucked up world where everything is upside down, and there's like, we're going back, like, from being civilized to being barbaric, and it's bad. It's fucking sad. It's like, that's why I was saying we were in a dark age, and maybe we're getting out slowly of the dark age, but we're not there yet, and it's gonna take a while. So yeah, I digress a lot. All that to say, it prevents this game from being a 4 because I think there's not that many people who wants to think and wants to try to have those kind of moral dilemmas. So as much as I enjoy it, and as much I think this is kind of a quality game, that there's some value, a decent game there, even though the graphics are not super pretty, I think it deserves a 3, but it cannot get to a 4. All right, I think I hit on that nail enough. I still don't know what to say for game genre. It's not a puzzle game, although it's close. And maybe I would just have put it in, and you know what? Is a questionnaire a type of game? I mean, kind of. What type of, there's games, it's like a trivia game, right? There are games like a Family Feud where you ask a bunch of question and it's about asking question. So I don't know what the term is for that right now. It just doesn't. I'll write as a note. I'll write questionnaire. I know it's not the correct term. I know there's a way to describe what I'm trying to. Questionnaire. Is that even... That's like in French, on dirait un questionnaire, mais not sure in English. Anyway, for now, very temporarily, we're gonna go with questionnaire. And a game like Trolley, it's something Trolley. Let me just check what is the one on Steam. I think the one on Steam might actually be somewhat popular. Trolley Dilemma, Trolley Inc. Trolley Problem Inc. I think that's the one that I think might be slightly popular. Okay, it's $14. The other one I think is free. I don't know, but it's the trolley problem. So I'm just gonna, I think both games were Trolley Dilemma, Trolley Problem. It's Trolley. Yeah, it's the dilemma. Is that how you say dilemma in English? Oh. I feel like that's not how you say dilemma. Yeah, that's just the name of the game. It's not a dilemma en anglais. Dilemma. There you go. That's how you say dilemma, right? Dilemma. Okay. So where's my sheet? Like the trolley dilemma. Trolley. G. Just need to make that trolley dilemma, and it's probably not even the name. It's not technically the name of a game, but for now we're just gonna say trolley dilemma. Right? We're gonna solve it right now temporarily. We're gonna come back to it and figure out a better way to sort it and categorize it. But it's basically sort of like a game quiz. Oh, quiz. Let me fix this. What type of game it is? It's a quiz. Quiz. Right? That's the best way to say it in English. It's a quiz. Let's go. It's a quiz, and it's like the trolley dilemma. That's the quiz. All right. It's gonna be the example. All right, so Tunic finally, after what? Just tell me it's not 3 hours. Oh my god, 3 hours. I mean, we did like at least 1 or 2 episodes that went over 3 hours, but my goal is when I can, hopefully, to finish in under 3 hours. Let's give it a quick look at Tunic, which I never played, but I heard a lot of good things about it. And I'm just curious mostly to know, is it mostly about puzzle, or is there enough combat in it to feel like a Zelda? I feel like it's probably just puzzles, but we'll see. Let's try. Controller is here. Let's try it with a controller. Cancel. You don't need to access the internet, little sneaky you. Why do you want to access the internet, huh? Why? What are you planning here? Hey, whoa, I was just trying to go full screen. I was not trying to start it, bro. Alright, anyway. I really hope the controller works. Thank God. Now that's a beautiful game. I like the fact that they're, you know, it's like no holding my hand. They're just like, yeah, go. I have nothing to fight. Okay, maybe we need to go in the cave, and it's like in Zelda. Take this. It's dangerous to go alone. I was saying that as a joke, but I guess I was right. So it's like a fake language or something. I love this game so far. This is cool. I can see why people like this. It feels like a Zelda game, but how much of it is like a Zelda game though? Can we like hit this? Not really. Is there something here? There's gotta be something. Discover it later. Yes. Can't we? Okay, we cannot go there for now. Is there something that it says? Hero's grave. There's a sword in there. Oh, I fucking love this. It's a Zelda, guys. Hopefully there's plenty of combat. Oh man, yeah. I like it so far. It seems very simple. The presentation is excellent. There's plenty of like mystery and I just love that they're not holding your hand. Ouch. Something town. What is that? I don't know if that was some sort of save point or something. Oh, my health came back at least. So it could be. I don't know what it says, but okay. Some sort of key. Huh. Interesting. So, verdict. Because like we've been on this, you know, it's been over 3 hours, so I'm not gonna spend that much time in the game. And also, this is the type of game that you will see a lot. Like you've heard about it most likely already. You will see other streamer play it. I might even play it on stream. I don't know. Like I haven't done like a Oxney's Diary like casual stream in a while, like almost a week now. I've been focusing on the benchmark and I've been chilling the rest of the time. So, but what I'm trying to say here is just like there's no point in me showing more or much of the game, right? Like it's not like a mystery what Tunic is. Like it's kind of like a success story. Like it came out, it was super charming, a lot of people played it, and that's how I got to know it as well. And it's almost, oh wait, the enemies came back. I'm gonna start thinking like it's a Diablo. It's a Diablo, not Diablo. What am I saying? It's a Dark Soul, because like I saved there, right? And the enemy came back, but I don't think it's that. I think it's just like enemies come back. I don't think it's a Dark Soul like. I mean, maybe. Can we actually enter this? What happened? So yeah, Verdict. This is absolutely amazing. Like it's great visually. It plays well. I love the fact that it's like a pure Zelda where you're completely. It's up to you. Like you go where you want. You explore at your own pace and stuff. And there's no holding my hand. It makes me want to play. This game makes me want to play this. Like there's some games that like sometimes you're like, I don't know. This one I'm like, yeah, this is sweet. And I need to like do something with those, like hit them. Oh, this game is absolutely charming. It's so beautiful. I love it. What am I doing here? Do I jump? I would just walk? Sure. Okay. Uh-huh. Totally makes sense. What's that? Is that the Princess Zelda? Well, she looks like a female. She looks like a fox as well. Or a big mouse, I'm not sure. Wait. Is it the princess or what is this? So, princess prisoner from like 3 square, cube, whatever, 3 things. Oh, we just woke up. Sealed forever. Okay. Well, we're done. We sealed it forever. GG. Nah, I don't know. I don't know how it, where this goes. But yeah, I don't want to make this too long. Like I said, the goal was to discover it for myself and say that I played it. And I can now say that I played it. And I really, 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 really enjoyed it. I'm not joking, not saying that lightly. Man, that game's is actually exactly, if not better than what I wanted, like what I expected of it. And like I was scared that it would not be a Zelda, that it would be like a little cute game. You just go around and it's a little bunch of puzzle. But it seems that there was a bunch of combat right from the get-go. There's like you need to get the sword because there's an enemy there, and you're like, oh, I don't have a sword. What do I do? Oh, it's like in Zelda 1. There's a cave and there's a sword, and well, it's a stick, but and it's like it's so charming. It's just so beautiful. There's something about it that's just like you want to see more. Like I don't know what you guys thought when you saw that, but if it was the most likely not the first time you saw that, because like I keep saying, this is a popular game. Like when it came out, like it was a very like huge success story and everything. Like people talked about it, and yeah, it's something. Um, and like I got it because a friend, once again, Bad, who suggested this game today. Um, Bad warned me, me and my community, so to speak, in in my Discord, was like, "Hey, announcement! There's this crazy cool." I think she probably did that a bunch of Discord, and like she spread the word because it was a very cool opportunity. There's this opportunity on Itch.io to buy a bundle where you get Tunic, and the whole bundle is like 5 or 10 bucks. I think it was 10 bucks. It's like for 10 bucks you get Tunic, which is also already a steal, okay? Because Tunic was like 35 bucks, I think, at the time. It rarely on sale, and not that much on sale. And like you can get Tunic of very very cool and very like looked for game at the moment. You can get it 10 bucks and a bunch of other games in the same bundle. So it was hell of an opportunity. So yeah, I'm really happy with the first Itch.io episode. I'm just thinking it was a bit long. I'm just not super happy about the length of the stream. It might have been my fault. In the sense that I talked a lot as always, but also the first two games. Is it PapierJulien? Yeah, I think it's PapierJulien who really stole the show in a sense of like I had to translate all of the dialogue from French Canadian to English, which was sort of speak a lot of work, like my brain, like, and it took a lot of time to like repeat all the text twice. And it's an RPG, so there was a lot of text, and we never really got into much of gameplay because we did the tutorial fight. But after that, I don't think we did any fight. We just like kept on walking. We get to a safe point, and that was it. Um, so yeah. So this one here, what is it? It seems to be Metroidvania because I fairly sincerely believe that when we say Zelda game or we say Metroid or Metroidvania, it's all the same thing. Like it's that immersive, not immersive, but emergent gameplay where you have this world with a bunch of locked door. It seems that it's like an open world where you can kind of choose where to go and kind of like choose your own adventure, right? You go wherever, whenever, but you're not really completely free to go wherever because there's a bunch of stuff that is like basically locked, and you need to have the actual key, and the keys often, if not almost always, come in the form of ability that you get out of object that you collect from doing other dungeons and stuff. And it's like it's beautiful design, but it's all the same thing, and you could just call it Zelda. It's all Zelda games. It's all a bunch of Zelda games. Metroid, if you prefer. Metroidvania, to me, in my head, it is just Metroid. Even though I played both Metroid and Zelda, and I could argue I played Zelda more, in a sense. And yeah, Zelda. It felt like a Zelda with my little stick going around, beating little shit and stuff. Um, I will advance myself. Maybe I will be wrong and I will adjust it later and decrease it to 4. And I say that with like a lot of assurance that there's a highly likely chance that I will actually play this game. Maybe not right now at this moment in my life because I have already a bunch of other games that I started, but I think I will get to it, especially now that I tasted it, that I tried it. And I want to point that out right now before I digress some more and I try to close the show and all of that. That's the whole point of this show. That's the whole point of this method. This is why we're doing this backlog benchmark. You install 5 games or at least a few games, you play them, and then you're done. You're done. That's it. You don't need to play more. Nothing's forcing you to play more. What's going to force you to play more is the actual fact that in the few games you're going to install and take the time to try and have first-hand experience of those games, you'll be like, well, that one was kind of fun. That one was kind of mysterious. I would like to see more. That one I think I could actually get farther if I tried. And that is what will drive you to actually play those games, where you will say, I beat my backlog, because now you look back at your library, and each time you do 5, now we're like 45. We started at 40 today, right? Now 5 more that have been benchmarked. You look at your library, and like all of those games are not mysterious anymore. They're not, you could say, scary, because it's not unknown. What is scary, like fear, comes from the unknown. And once you play the game, even if it's just 15 minutes, you know, 5-10 minutes, it's a bit short. But once you get that threshold of 15-20 minutes, that you really give the game a chance, that's when you can be like, okay, yeah, I have first-hand experience. I know what it is. And if you've played 15 minutes of the game and you never touch it again, that's your experience of the game. You're done with that game in your backlog. You don't need to touch it. Nobody's forcing you with a gun on your temple, being like, you need to beat this game now. No, nobody. This is just a game. It's like a book or a movie. If it's not interesting, do something else. And the best way to know if you should play it or do something else is to actually play it. All right, I'll stop my rambling, my whole. But at the same time, I need to talk and say that talk and practice it, and at some point try to write down an actual script so that I can say the exact same thing each time and do it better and less words, more elegantly, all of that stuff. Personally, oh my god, of course it's a 5. Of course. Did we already do the no. Okay, so game worked with a controller perfectly. We played briefly. What is it? How do you win? How do you win in a Zelda game? In a Metroid game in general? Is it so much by fighting, by puzzling, by looting? I almost want to argue it's kind of like looting, because it's all about like acquiring those items, acquiring those abilities. But then again, speedrunners would be like, well, you can beat the game without that. So if you can beat the game without collecting everything, is it really about collecting things? Is the game about reaching the next area? I would say when it comes to a Zelda game, I guess it's combat, really. Like what defines, like for example, when I played it and I had like those fear, I was like, oh, am I gonna like it? Is it gonna be just about puzzle? Like it's exactly what I was complaining about, right? I was like, I want some combat. So like clearly one of the things that define a Zelda is the goddamn combat. It needs to have some combat, bro. And I mean, how do you get all those objects? How do you get the hearts? How you get like, you know, it's by fighting. Yeah, sure, you could say it's like you need to collect keys, you need to collect this, you need to solve some puzzle in many cases, right? And it's all about like accessing more areas. But yeah, I would go with combat. Um, it seems very, very emergent. I would not think that this game is about being super linear. Maybe I'll be disappointed and I'll realize that no, you needed to do exactly this in exactly that order, and if you didn't do this, you couldn't go there, and it's actually a corridor. Um, but that would be like the sequential type of play, right? It's a corridor. As long as you don't feel like you're in a corridor, like you feel like you're in a room and you can kind of like do whatever in the way you want, and you can probably skip stuff, and that's more like emergent. You were definitely following the little character. Super cute, like the graphics and everything. Such a beautiful game. Let's put some music here in the background. It's a bit late to remember, but you know, better late than never. Um, Also solo, and now I don't know if it's gonna be challenging, but I want to assume that it's balanced. I don't think it's gonna be super challenging. It looks like a Zelda, and a lot of times Zelda are kind of like for all ages. So now, what game did win the night? Usually I try to give a trophy to one of the game, being like, okay, that game clearly was way better than any of the other, or at least it really, you know, get the strings of my heart, you know, vibrating, singing, whatever, being like, oh yeah, this is it. It's a really hard one here. Okay, we have three possible candidates, and here's why. And as I explained why, I'll try to make a choice real quick. And I haven't really changed any of the choices, but like I was explaining the other day, I almost went from Greek to Sang-Froid, Tales of Werewolves. Like I briefly changed it like off stream, you know, like while I was revising the table and tried to work on it. And I was like, you know, the one games in that group that I wanted to keep installed and I wanted to keep playing and that really surprised me was kind of more like Tales of Werewolf. Like that night I remember being way more like in awe and being like, oh, I want to play more of that. Even though this one was like super pretty, almost too pretty, you could say. Like it was so pretty that like this one looks like it's deep, like it's a good game with a lot of creativity, a lot of like foundation. So like this one kind of like, the more I talk about it, the more I'm like, I feel like I should have given the trophy to this one. And in the past, when I started doing this show, this series, I kind of give the trophy after the show on my own time. I would keep thinking about it, and at some point I would be like, you know what, that night the one that really won was that game. Of all the 5 games, the first time we did it, the adventure of Elena Temple really stood out. Like Rage Against the Zombies, I ended up finishing and beating. Did I finish before I finished this? I don't know, but like, oops, I was. What did I do here? I was already playing this before showcasing it on the first show, and um, I I loved Stellar Blade so much. It's so great. I want to play the game. It's one of the rare games that it's like $100 and I don't have the money, but I kind of want to spend the money on it. Like truly, I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna buy games for like a month. And if I don't buy a game for a month, usually I spend a bunch of $10, $20 here and there. So if I don't spend for a month or two, maybe I can buy the Stellar Blade game, right? Full price, even if it's not on discount. I love that game. But like what I'm trying to say is like that night, the one that really won my heart, really stood out, and deserved to win, have some kind of recognition, I think is that one. Once again, Stellar Blade already had recognition. I don't need to give it more praise, more recognition. Like, it already has enough, you could say. And that night, like the first night, all the games were kind of neat. And it happened a few times. And in this case, I feel like it's the same, right? So in my head, there's 3 games here that could be the winner. Tunic, which is absolutely gorgeous, already have a good rep. People love it. It's kind of like a must play. Like I want to get to it. So does it really deserve to get a little tap on the shoulder, being like, everybody knows you're already the best. By the way, you're the best. Like, so I feel like either 8-bit Space or Dr. Trolley's Problem deserve it more. And I would try to be objective here and not go personal. If I would go personal, I think I might give it to Dr. Trolley. As a philosopher, I love those kind of thing, and it's just great. But in terms of like, is the game more accessible? Would more player play that game over another? I would say I would bet that 8-bit Space is way more of a game that everybody can get into. It's such a charming game. If I have a choice between Tunic, Dr. Trolley Problem, and 8-bit Space, I'll give it to 8-bit Space. Yeah. I'll give it to 8-bit Space. I think it deserves it more than Tunic, because Tunic already has a lot of praise. And it's such a unique game. It's such a beautiful game, simplistic design, but well made. What I've played of it was perfect, and I really intend on finishing that one. Dr. Trolley I'll probably also want to finish because it was easy. It's just a quiz, so like, why would I not want to go through that quiz? It's easy. And Tunic, I already planned on trying it and playing it. I was just never getting to it. And now I finally tasted it. I touched it for 15-20 minutes or something. So chances are I'll get back to it. If I don't get to it now because I'm busy with 8-bit Space, Dr. Trolley, what is it? I'm playing Brigador right now. I think I have one on Steam that I was playing. I don't remember. Oh, Genesis Survivor. I'm playing Genesis Survivor. It's so good. I did like maybe 2 runs or 3 runs, but still, delicious. Love that game. So like, I'm already playing it. I let go of, just before the stream, I uninstalled Mystery Case because this is the kind of game that I love. But when I pick up a game like that, it's like a meal, and I want to eat it while it's warm, not when it's cold. It's like, it's a puzzle game. You play that kind of game in like 4 hours, 8 hours maybe. So it's like in 1 or 2 sitting, and you just try to do that like back to back, because otherwise you kind of lost track. It's like, it's a story, it's a bunch of puzzle, and it's like you're doing it now or you don't do it. So I had to let go of that one. I had to uninstall and be like, one day I'll get back to it. Same for Grime. I wanted to play it, but I had to let go because every day I do this stream. I play 5 games. Every day I'm adding 5 more games to my stack of what I just played, what I have in the back of my mind, what I might want to play more. And I don't have time, because you know what, guys? Life is super, super short. Which brings me to, I think we're done here. I think we've done all the grading, the rating. We've tried them all, and it's probably like midnight, 1 a.m. It's 1:30. Of course, there's nobody left in the chat anymore. It's Wednesday. My few viewers are sleeping already for sure. In any cases, I'll keep uploading those pretty much as instantly as I end the stream. I'm gonna go check that and upload that before I go to bed tonight. And so you can watch all of these episodes on both Rumble and YouTube. All of the information are available, like I said at the beginning of the stream. I'll repeat it now. If you go in the description on Twitch, it says like Backlog benchmark. There's a picture that I try to update every day when I decide that okay, this is the next lineup of games. So like for episode 10, I can tell you it's going to be on Steam, and in a few hours, if you look on my channel here on Twitch, you'll see the picture being updated with a new picture of the next episode. That picture also contains a link. If you click on that picture, it will lead you to that document. You can always make a copy and you can follow along. You can rate the game yourself. You can make your own data bank, and eventually this, I hope, will be a document that will keep on being improved and worked on to the point where I hope to make something really useful. Like truly, that's my goal. I want to make a useful tool that you guys can, at a glance look at what it is, and then have like a tool to search the data bank and give you exactly the information you want to find the exact game you want to play, and also help you sort out your own collection. You can do what I'm doing. You don't need to like take my result either. In any cases, I think I've talked enough for today. It's almost a 4-hour stream, and I really don't want to go over 4. 4 is kind of like maybe 5 would be the actual limit. Never over 5. I would say it now. We're at level like episode 9. I do not want to ever go over 5 hours. If my episode is over 5 hours, that's a fail. It's a big failure. I spoke too much, and I spent too much time on each game, or we had too much troubleshooting try to install and run the game in the first place. Something went wrong, okay? Or there was like too much digressing, too much blah blah with the chat. I don't know. We'll need to edit the video, something. We don't want to go too big, too long. But yeah, I just wanted to quickly mention the document in the description. I highly recommend that you make a copy, or at least you check it every now and then. You follow along, you look it up. There's going to be a bunch of really useful info in there. And that's about it for me tonight. Tomorrow I intend on trying to take a day off for myself. I'm really bad at discipline, and I might, fail and just stream. Especially if I realize that I can stream with the AC, that would be kind of nuts. But I need a day off. I need to relax and have some time for myself, and not just work nonstop, because since I started this project, it's been all about this project. Like, you have no idea how much work I've done in the background, so to speak. But yeah, thank you so much for stopping by. Thanks for watching. Always really truly appreciate it. You have an amazing rest of your day. You take care. Hopefully we see each other pretty soon. Like I was probably trying to say a second ago when I interrupted my outro. Tomorrow, not gonna stream. Friday, I don't know if there's gonna be a morning stream, but most likely we'll do at least one episode Friday, because I'm so excited. I have so much stuff prepared and ready to go. I'm just like, I just want to go in and print a billion episode, which hopefully are more like 2.5 hours rather than 4 hours. The last two things I want to say, as always, are life is super, super short. I won't say it enough, so I'll say it again. Life is super short. Make the most out of it. And when they say it, it's a present and it's super cheesy, I know, but that gift that you have, being alive, don't waste it. I wasted so much of it myself. I wasted so much of it. Don't waste that gift. Do something while you're still alive. Make the most out of it. And while we talk about making the most out of life, the last thing I want to say is, well, go out there and be that change that you want to see in our world. Like I do here, like I'm trying my best. Go out there, be that change, that specific change that only you can be. You can do it. All right. You take care. Love you. Bye-bye.